Hello, people. Welcome back to my show. This is Comic Chat. My name is Danny. Welcome to my show, like I always say. Before we get started, a few things that I always tell you, I just want to make sure I tell you at the beginning of each one of my streams, is if this is the first time you're viewing my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Right now, I'm currently at about 1,162 subscribers. My next goal is to get 1,500. I can only do that with your help. So I need you to share this link, tweet this link, tell your people, tell your friends, hey, look, click on over to Comic Chat's channel. It only takes 1 second to hit that subscribe button and view his content. Hope this content is thought provoking and it makes you chuckle. If you think it's funny, some of my content, just think and it's here to spark conversation. Second of all, what I want you to do is please hit the notification bell because I don't want you to miss any material that I upload now or in the future. Third, what I'm going to ask you to do is please give me a thumbs up. Your thumbs up helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. It gives me more trends, helps me get put me in better places on the YouTube pages, and also it just lets me know that you like the content that I am giving out to you. Also, leave any comments. Comments are cool. Comments are welcome. I check my pages every day. I make sure that if anyone leaves me a comment, I try to respond back as quickly as soon as possible. If it's only to say thanks for your support, which I do greatly. Thank you for your support. It's much needed and much wanted and much appreciated. Now, today's show, I was trying to look around on YouTube because, there's not much going on since you're going through this crisis. It was hard for me to find something, but I finally found something that caught my attention. It's basically reboots. They're talking about reboots that may be happening, in particular science fiction reboots. It's about 8 that I wrote down that kind of grabbed my attention, and I just want to pass them on to you. Maybe it's something that you want to see, some you may not want to see. There's 1 or 2 on here don't particularly tickle my fancy, but I'm going to read it to you nevertheless. The first one is Dune. I don't know if any of you remember Dune. Dune was one of those great science fiction movies about a royal family that was portrayed. This thing of space, like the goal of space was called spice. Like regular water to me, but anyway, women could ingest this spice and be given certain abilities, and they were taught a certain lifestyle. They had certain powers over the mind and stuff, could see the future. And the prince, one of these people, one of the women that had this power, he was able to drink this water because usually if men drink the water, they die because it just runs them crazy or it does something to their body. I'm not quite sure, but they could not tolerate it. But he was the first man to be able to tolerate this spice. And once he tolerated the spice, he became like all powerful. Like he could say things, do stuff, see the future. And in one particular, they had this kind of module thing they put on their throats. And whenever you use your voice, certain words would trigger this device and it would be a very violent, like kind of like a gun. Well, he became so powerful that by mentioning his name, which was Modib, if he said that, it would have the same effect and could kill you. So he would just say, he didn't need a modulator. He would just say Mordib and kill you. That's basically, there's a lot more to it than that. If you're a Patrick Stewart fan, it's a young Patrick Stewart, he's in there. I can't think of some of the other actors. The actor that played the werewolf in Silver Bullet, he was in there. He's one of the good guys. Check it out. I think they already made a reboot. It didn't do so well. I think they did The Children of Doom. And it was a little bit more, he became a little bit more powerful than his daddy on the original Doom. But I think they were talking about doing a reboot, or at least it was on this list. Next thing I saw on the list was the black hole. I don't know much about this. I remember seeing it as a child. I know it's science fiction. I think it was kind of maybe on the comedic side. I'm not really certain. I don't recall even watching the movie. But I think it had some fan following, maybe. I don't know if it's considered a cult classic. But it was on the list for possible reboots. I remember the robot in there, but like I said, I don't recall watching it. If I did, I don't really remember it. But I know it was on the list. I do remember the title and the name, The Black Hole, but the actual particular story of the movie, I can't remember. Starship Troopers, one of my favorite movies. The first one was. The second and third one was kind of corny. But the first one was great, and I remember watching the cartoon. I particularly like Michael Ironside as the lieutenant on there of the Roughnecks, and then Rico Casper Diem became second lieutenant after Michael Ironside's character died. He became lieutenant over Roughnecks. I remember Roughnecks being a pretty tough knit group, that they were on the front line against the insects, brain bug, and all the different insects they had. The insects that would shoot these giant things out their butt, like kind of like mortars. Could blow the ships out of space and stuff. That movie, like I watch, it's something I watch. If it comes on TV, I'll watch it now, even today. So they're gonna do a remake, do it right. I'm hearing the remake is gonna be the lieutenant, play Rico. He's a little bit older, probably has more rank. I'm not sure what his actual rank will be or what his part in the movie will be, but I heard it's going to be following him later on in life. And I think they're still fighting the bugs and maybe even a third kind of alien. So I don't know whether or not the bugs and them may have to team up. I'm not sure what the storyline is going to be, but I think it's going to be another alien introduced into the remake. $6 Million Man, one of my childhood favorite TV shows. Mark Wahlberg wants to reprise his role as Steve Austin, a man barely alive. He was an astronaut on a mission. I think he was coming back trying to land, and he couldn't land it. His spacecraft crashed. He was almost killed, but they were able to use technology they were working on to rebuild him. They gave him a bionic eye, a bionic arm, 2 bionic legs, which gave him great strength and speed and sight. He had a telescopic lens. You could see miles. He also could run up to 60 miles per hour, and I'm not sure what his strength level is, but he could lift incredible amounts of weight and do incredible things with his legs and arm and his eye. So Mark Wahlberg, like I said, has been pushing this part for the last 5 to 6 years. I think they're starting to look at it more now, but I don't know for certain. But he definitely wants to be Colonel Steve Austin. Green Lantern. Those of you that follow me know that I hate this movie. Ryan Reynolds, I love Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, but as Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, he sucks. Did not like the movie, did not like the CG suit. Don't know why they did that. They should have had a more practical suit or a real suit. But that's neither here nor there. But they're talking about doing an older version of Hal Jordan, which I hope will not be Ryan Reynolds. They get another actor. And they're also talking about him teaching John Stewart. So that'd be cool. If you saw the last Arrow episode, you saw where John Diggle, got what we suspect, what we think is the Green Ring, the Green Lantern ring. So I'm hoping that he'll be the next Green Lantern. I'm hearing on HBO Max, it's supposed to be developing a Green Lantern show. So I hope that he will be in that, and I hope he'll fit that bill, and I hope maybe that show will translate into the movie. And the movie will show him and also whoever they choose to be the next Hal Jordan, as the Green Lantern, and them leading the Green Lantern Corps, the Green Lantern Corps, which I hope they will show. Fantastic Voyage. I do believe this was about some scientists miniaturizing a spaceship or some kind of ship and going inside a human's body and exploring all the different aspects of the human body. I never saw this show, just saw brief clips on it. Really don't know anything about it other than what I just told you. I imagine that would be pretty cool if they can translate with today's technology and special effects. Don't have any idea who's interested in playing anything in there. Don't know any of the characters. All I know is basically what I told you. I believe it's some scientists that were able to discover how to miniaturize a ship and inject themselves into a human being, and they go through the different parts of the human anatomy and the human body, and I guess make discoveries. Next movie is Flash Gordon. Came out in the late 70s, I believe, early 80s. So on a famous Earthland football player named Flash Gordon, and I think his girlfriend name was Dale Harris, if I'm not mistaken. And some kind of way they got stuck on Ming the Merciless planet, and they met different characters there that was under Ming's oppression. Hawk people, I think one got the Lion people, if I'm not mistaken. One guy was like a bunch of archers. I think Timothy Dalton played it in the old Flash Gordon movie, came out in the 70s. He was over the Archer people, and basically they join forces to overthrow Ming, who is a galactic conqueror and megalomaniac, and I think he has some kind of magical powers. I think I'm not certain. It's been a long time since I watched it. The cartoon came out. I remember watching the cartoon as a little boy, but the particulars I can't remember. To me, I thought it was kind of cheesy, but the music was good. Queen, group Queen, with Freddie Mercury did a lot of the music for the live action movie that came out in the 70s or 80s. The cartoons I vaguely remember it, but cartoons a little bit more, I guess, exciting than the actual movie. But they're talking about doing a reboot on that, so it'd be cool to see if they do it. Last one is Escape from New York. I know it stars Kurt Russell. I've heard about this movie. I think I even seen it, but it's been so long I can't remember the particulars of it. I think he was an ex-cop, if I'm not mistaken, and it's different territories in New York, and he got to navigate through there to try to get somewhere safe or get someone out, or someone's, or he's going to try and break up. I think gang are doing some illegal stuff or this crazy stuff. You got to teach them a lesson. I can't remember what it is. So I don't want to sit here and lie to you, but I do know it's on that list of possible remakes. I think it would be cool to see remakes on all these movies if they do it right. Today we have a lot of advances in CGI, special effects. So things that they couldn't do back then, they can do now better, make it look more realistic, more fantastic. I would definitely like to see this version of the $6 million man or $6 billion man. I think what they're trying to do. I would love to see his upgrades and what they come bring to the plate and think of doing that would enhance his already incredible abilities. So overall, this is just the movies that I saw on that list. Like I said, it was more, but I didn't write all of them down. Just wrote the ones that grabbed my eye. Before I go, I just want to make sure I emphasize, let's maintain our social distancing, and let's make sure we try to stay home as much as possible. If you don't have to do it, don't do it. That's the only way we're going to get these numbers down. But as always, thank you for your support. If you get a chance, 9 o'clock Monday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, check me out on the Chaotic Conversation, where I do rankings of a lot of different things. So please come by, stay safe, and peace.